How's it going, guys? Real F9 here, and welcome to the latest 87 rated Man of the Match Willian player review. I've always been a fan of Willian in any of FIFA because he's got this great pace and dribbling to him that you need for an offensive player, and that can be seen from his stats. He's got an exceptional 90 pace with an 89 dribbling. However, the stat that caught my eye was his shooting with only 83. I think that's fairly low. I think he deserves something around 88 and 18 or 89 because we do know he's a great shooter, he's a great hitter of the ball, and obviously that can be seen from his goals. His goals are really, really good. His passing, however, is great as well, and then he's got a pretty fair physical with 70, and that is understandable because we do know the type of player he is in real life. And then look at his work rate, not the best, again, high, but also that is a bit dependent on how his stamina is. And but like I always say, I prefer a high, medium, or high, low on offensive player. His weak foot and skill moves are amazing with 4 stars. And this guy on a whole is pretty well rounded. He's got a 93 acceleration with an 87 sprint speed, which is obviously great. It can be boosted with a Hunter or an Ninja Cam style on. Shooting, however, like I said, is not the greatest. And I think that can be seen from his volleys and penalties because they are fairly low. But again, I think his attacking position is obviously great with 88, but his finishing, I think, should have been a bit higher as well. And obviously, shot power, 78 for this guy, I think is really, really low because he hits the ball really hard. And so I think it should have been above 85, but we have to go with what it is. His passing, like I said, obviously is exceptional with 89 vision and 88 curve. His dribbling is also really, really good with 92 agility, 83 balance, and 90 dribbling itself. I also think his composure is a bit low because we do know how composed he is with the ball in his feet. But so for me, it doesn't make sense. And then his physical is alright, but it does make sense because he's not the greatest user of his physique, But he's got a great 95 stamina with a 67 strength and 48 aggression. And I must start off by saying, guys, that it's a shame this guy doesn't have a higher strength because this guy is completely ridiculous at its dribbling, finishing, and pace. The three positives, the three strengths that stood out the most for me. I mean, obviously we do know that he's got he's got a great pace with 90, so that's really, really good. And then his dribbling is not the highest. His agility and balance are not the highest. I think they're around 89 or 88 or 90, but they're not the highest. And also his dribbling itself, but he's just so good with the ball in his feet. It's really, really hard for the opponents to get the ball away from him. But you do feel a bit off balance when you run with when you're running with him with the ball. Because, like I said, his composure is not the greatest. I don't agree with 81 because in real life, whether it's shooting, whether it's passing or dribbling, he's just so composed that it's really hard for the defender to take the ball away from him. And it is the same in the game, but I still believe that he should have had a bit of higher composure. And his negatives, as I've stated, and as I said, strength, not the greatest, really, really low alongside aggression. I think aggression should have been a bit higher as well because we do know that sometimes he likes to press and he is aggressive at times, just going at the goal and being what he is, and that is aggressive. So I think he deserved a bit of higher aggression. And other than that, his shooting, not on a whole, obviously he's got a really good attacking positioning with 88 and, long shots and the finishing. But the shot power itself, I don't really agree with that as well. Only 78. I think he should have a bit higher shots because I had a lot of shots outside the box, but they didn't really go in, and that is obviously credited to his shot power, which is fairly low on 78 only. Other than that, this guy is great on a whole. I think if he's worth the money, you might be able to get other players that are almost the same or that do quite the same of the thing. So you can actually get players that are a bit cheaper, but if he's worth the money, he's definitely worth the money because he's really good at what he does. And I would definitely think that he's worth for champions, and he's a fun guy as well because you're able to do a few things that you cannot do with other players. But that was it for this review, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.